I love seeing all these protests around the world in favor of the Palestinian people. There's very little that the Israeli government can do to keep these people from protesting in support of the Palestinian people. They can claim these people are anti-Semitic, but that would also mean claiming that all the nations condemning the Israeli government and the UN are also anti-Semitic. And you got a number of leaders from the UN condemning the Israeli government for their actions. And we have blatant proof of their war crimes, like the Israeli government uh, airstriking UN shelters. That is a blatant war crime.
This afternoon, some students at Teaneck High School in New Jersey are expected to stage a walkout in support of Palestinians and an end to the violence. The superintendent is allowing the walkout despite complaints from local Jewish organizations. New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson live at the school where students are expected to walk out in less than an hour. Anthony.
Yeah, David, this could turn into a very contentious afternoon in a township that has a very large Jewish population, a growing Muslim population, but most of the kids that go to school here are black and brown. Now, starting at 1:30 this afternoon, the war taking place in the Middle East will spark a protest here at Teaneck High School. There's going to be a walkout in support of the Palestinian people, organizers claiming the Palestinians are facing genocide. But last night, supporters of
Well, it's not just the organizers of this protest that are claiming the Israeli government is committing a genocide against the Palestinian people. Various leaders in the UN that are also uh, talking about this because there is blatant evidence of the Israeli government committing a genocide against the Palestinian people.
Israel met outside of Town Hall here in Teaneck. They're protesting this walkout, saying it is an affront to the large Jewish community here. Teaneck has been a town that previously had a strong black and Jewish connection, but now that has been strained. There has been an increase in bias crimes against Jewish people in the community, and this rally, supported by the school superintendent, is viewed as a possible breaking point.
It's clearly being marketed as an anti-Israel, anti-Zionist, anti-Semitic event. And so it's
Okay, but just because you're in support of Palestinian people doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic, and just because you're against Zionism also doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic. And just because you criticize the Israeli government doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic. If you were to criticize any other government, you would not be racist for criticizing their government. And if you were to be against a supremacist movement, you would not be racist either. Because if that would mean if you're against Nazism, that would mean you're racist against white people because Nazism is a supremacist movement. Zionism is a supremacist movement.
very problematic for a district that's claiming to be intolerant against bigotry when at the same time an event that calls for a rally against Israeli genocide, to wear a keffiyeh, to be able to chant, to bring Palestinian flags, in and of itself is a hate, bias, and intimidation act against the Jewish community, and particularly the Jewish students at the school.
But being against the genocide by the Israeli government is not a threat to anybody whatsoever. It is just people being against the actions of a government looking to eradicate an entire group of people. It would be like Nazis claiming that other people are racist towards them because they're against Nazis killing everybody else.
Now, Jason does add that 99% of the Jewish school students that live here in Teaneck do not go to school here in the district. They go to school at religious schools. But some teachers here at the school are Jewish, and they are very concerned. Now, what we understand, the protesters, only students will be allowed to be on the school grounds, but there are reports on social media that they will leave